anytime. So welcome everybody. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I hope you can hear us okay. Can you all hear?
Yeah.
Awesome. So well, you know me very well, so I don't need to introduce myself, but for anyone who's watching later, I'm Sandrine Olmi and I'm a registered nutritional therapist, and I'm organizing this event as part of my Hormone Harmony Facebook group. Basically, I love inviting some amazing guests to talk to us about techniques, therapies, products that can help us relax and just make our hormones nice and balanced and happy. So nutrition, of course, is my area, but that's only one small element of the things that we can do to help balance our hormones as we get older. So this evening, I'm so pleased to have the lovely Jane coming to join us. Jane is a qualified reflexologist with lots of knowledge about how to get our hormones moving, our lymphatic system, and I'm sure she's going to touch on all of that. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, and I'm going to relax and enjoy the session with you. So enjoy, and there will be an opportunity for questions as well. So over to you, Jane.
Yeah, thank you, Sandrine. So thank you for inviting me here this evening to your lovely group, and hello everyone. It's great to meet you all. So I'm Jane Long, and my business is Jane Long Wellbeing, and I'm a reflexologist, so holistic therapist, shall we say, primarily a reflexologist. So you may be wondering why I'm talking about natural skincare and facials. Well, part of reflexology is facial reflexology as well. So also trained in that. And that went on to zone facelift therapy, which is more of an aesthetic treatment. It's a naturally enhancing treatment to make your skin look good and feel good, and it gives you an overall sense of well-being as well. So I'm also a mindfulness coach and have other talking therapies under my belt, like core transformation, EFT and things like that. And I've brought all my skills and knowledge together to help midlife women go from rundown to radiant. So, rundown women, feeling heavy and stuck and overwhelmed with too much on their plates, to visible women, rediscovering their feminine energy and gaining their natural confidence. Having a natural glow about them and radiance, and being visible, vibrant and valuable. I do talk a lot about putting yourself first, but by doing that, I feel it's like, you're getting the freedom to enjoy yourself and enjoy your mid-years as you should. So the reason why I've gone online is from my experience in the treatment room, where I've spoken to countless women who a lot of women talk about gaining wrinkles and what can I do to reverse the signs of aging, what can I do to get rid of this, that, the other, and this is a conversation that I've heard across the board. There's not one particular type of woman, and I've heard this conversation so many times. I thought, well, lockdown came along, I had the chance to think about it, and I processed all this information, and I thought, well, I can put a program together about this online, obviously. And I wrote a 6-week program called Love Your Looks, and it is a guided facial that go through each week, and we focus on a different area of the face. But there's also topics of conversation to really just open up your eyes to perhaps changing the perception of how we look in our mid-years, and so beliefs and perceptions, natural skin boosters, emotion and physiology, values around products, and so much more. So what I'm talking about this evening will be kind of elements of what I've written from that. So my main aim, if you like, is, while we're striving to look better, I want us to come from a more positive angle. So it would be great to have a world where women are not overlooked and dismissed because we've changed in the way we look, discover acceptance for ourselves, and perhaps we could, change the perception of beauty, even though we have gone, or we are going through the menopause or things like that, we still are beautiful. It's maybe we could change it to be aspirational, to look amazing in our 50s, 60s, and all that sort of thing. So aspiration in our midlife, which is what I think is a wonderful thing to go for. Excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. So I also, just to mention, I have a Facebook group called the Midlife Radiance Room, and that's where I do a lot more work about that as well. You're welcome to join me there. So yes, so I am just going to go through some topics like natural skin boosters now. And I think Sandrine will be well versed in this as well, but some of it is to do with food. And the reason why our faces and our skin changes is to do with the good old collagen. We're all trying to improve our collagen through massage, or what we eat, and things like that. So put together a list of skin goodies and skin baddies, which you might be familiar with or you might not, but it's always good to have a little reminder. So skin goodies, colourful food, lots of water, and quality products, quality foods. It's organic is amazing, but as fresh as possible really is, less processed food is good. A good quality sunscreen, facial exercise. So it's good to use the muscles. We talk about good skincare, but it's actually what's happening with the muscles underneath the skin that has a lot to do with it. There's a lot of the blood supply and the nutrients are working away there as well. So if we can actually activate our muscles in our faces, that helps with our skin tone as well. A good cleanse regime in the morning and night, and it doesn't have to be an extravagant thing, just a nice simple cleansing routine that suits you. Cold water is an amazing benefit for the skin, just a gentle splash on the face, or if you if you're feeling brave, you could have a cold water shower in the morning. Or if you're not feeling so brave, you just grab a damp cloth and wrap it around your neck. That has amazing benefits to it as well. You've got all the vagus nerve down there, you've got a whole junction of nerves and veins as well. So it helps to activate different parts of your body and will help to make you look revitalized as well. Excuse me, I'm going to grab some water. And lastly, getting out in nature, really reconnecting and grounding, and yes, getting some good fresh air and getting some good walks out there. The skin baddies are pretty obvious ones, like smoking and too much alcohol, the UV rays, dehydration. Too much screen time, that's again to do with the lights we're experiencing, but if you're concerned about the neck and jowl area and we're looking at our phones downwards, and we're just creating a lot of loss of muscle in this area as well, kind of always down. So it's always good to have nice stretches. I can show you something a bit later on. Stress and a lack of sleep. Sleep is so important. It helps to eliminate toxins in our body and helps the natural cycle of all our systems in our body. And then excess refined sugar, excess caffeine and dairy and processed foods are all going to hinder our appearance and the quality of our skin. So foods that we can use, I'll just briefly go through these. I'm sure Sandrine's well versed in this, but the number one that I always talk about is bone broth for helping with collagen. So if obviously, unless you're a vegetarian, just making a nice bone broth that you can add to stocks or you can just make a nice chicken soup with the bones in it. Add some really lovely vegetables in it, some herbs. That's a really good way of getting natural collagen into your body. If you are a vegetarian, I suggest spirulina, which is a great plant-based source. It's got amino acids, and it's a key component of collagen. So that's a good thing that you can add to different foods and soups and maybe smoothies and all that kind of thing. So that can be found in your health food store. And also more kind of regular foods like leafy greens and strawberries, blueberries and citrus fruit and garlic are really good for a good collagen intake. And just foods containing vitamin A's, B's, D's and E's, and magnesium and zinc are pretty good as well. So other tips, obviously I've mentioned the drinking of lots of water. Emotions and stress, if we're having quite an emotional time, that can trigger the cortisol in our body, the stress hormone, and that can have an effect on our skin as well. It kind of creates an inflammation situation. So we want to try and kind of keep that down. Obviously, we all get stressed, isn't it? But it's about having minimal stress rather than keeping it at a high level all the time. And briefly touching on products is something maybe we can chat about a bit later on, but finding products that work for you. There's so many products out there, and it's can be quite overwhelming, but just pinpointing your values around your products, what really works for you, what are you really looking for. Is we all have different skin. Our skin changes quite a lot at this time, so you might be looking for different products at different times, but I like to keep a simple routine of a cleanse, an eye gel, a serum and moisturize, and a SPF in the morning, and then again just a cleanse and an eye gel and a moisturize in the evening, or if you are feeling dry skin, have a serum as well. So there's like you've got your retinols and all that kind of thing, but it all depends how far you want to take it. But we can chat about that a little bit later on, and discuss the difference between serums and moisturizers and all that kind of thing. So I'm wondering, do you have a facial oil to hand at the moment? We could go into a facial sequence right now. Yeah, got facial oil. Okay, and do you have a wipe to hand as well? Anything kind of just a damp cloth, because we're just going to do some work in the hairline first of all. I'm going to tie my hair up.
I'm just going to go grab mine.
Yeah, sure.
I forgot to get anything like a facial oil. Is there anything?
Have you got? I mean, even an olive oil would be fine if you had just a little dab of that. That's fine. Yeah. Are you ready?
I am ready.
Should hair be up or down?
Sorry, take that again. Your hair?
Sorry, yeah.
You can tie, just tie it back a little bit if you like, just so you're not getting it all over your face. And we're just going to start just with just some gentle breath work, just to ground. Then we're going to do a bit of work around our chest area and shoulders for calming and helping with the breathing. And then we'll go into the head and then the face. So that's where we'll be. Okay, so I'm just going to invite you. You might be sitting up with your feet on the ground. So just notice your soles of your feet, the pads of your toes perhaps, and the balls of your feet, the heels of your feet, all touching the ground, so you feel like they're magnets drawing up the energy of the earth. Perhaps you might want to lower your gaze or close your eyes and just notice for a minute each part of your body. So just noticing your lower legs and your calves, coming up to your knees. Just being aware of your thigh area, and perhaps be aware of your sitting bones, how they're connecting with your seat. Feel supported in your lower back. And then draw your awareness to your breath. And just take a gentle breath in and out. And just perhaps just taking your breath into your tummy. And letting it out. And again, drawing that breath in and filling up your tummy. And releasing your breath out. And this time, as you breathe in, breathing into your heart and opening up your chest. And another breath into your heart. And out. And one more time. And out. You might want to open your eyes now. Just come back into the room. Just a gentle awareness there to feel more focused and centered. Right, so to start off with, let's bring my screen down here a bit. I'm just going to do some work around the chest area. So first of all, we're going to get the palms of our hands and put them into our chest bone and just sweeping outwards. Yes. And again, on the other side, just stroking outwards. There's a lot of lymphatic around this area, so just have to wake up systems here. And then with both hands, we're going to cross over and put each hand on our shoulders and then just stroking down our arms. It's really helping to release any stress and calming. And then we use the pads of our fingers, and just, we've got a collarbone here, and just above the collarbone, we're just going to place them above there, and we're just going to gently pad, not too rough because it's quite a sensitive area, but just gentle padding. So just stimulating the lymphatic nodes. So when we're working on the face, we'll be drawing it down to these nodes here and just helping it release into our system. Okay, there we go. Right, and then before we start on the actual face, we're just going to do a bit of work in the hairline, because you know, we've got all these muscles in the hair, but it's all relating to the face as well. So if there's, especially if there's stress in the forehead, doing some work here will help to release any tension and help to relax the muscles. So what we're going to do is, again, use the pads of our fingers, but we're just going to do like zigzag sensations up to the crown of the head. So from the hairline up to the crown. And up here. And on the other side. It makes you feel a bit more invigorated once you've done this. There you go. So that's that there. My hair thing's fallen out. Okay, and then we just want to do some stimulation around the hairline here and down the ears. So we're just going to, with the pads of the fingers again, just rotations and down the side of the ears. Again, there's lymphatic points, and we've done some work. There's lymphatic points up here as well, which we've been working on with doing the zigzag. So doing some at the front of the ear now. It's a good foundation to a little facial massage. And then putting your fingers in a V shape and just stroking upwards. There we go. And this is where you might want to wipe your hands so we can start working on face. And we can get some oil. Oops. Like this.
How much do you need?
We just want a small amount of oil, really. Oh, Tatsina, okay.
Yeah, just asking how much.
Okay, just a small amount. Actually, I've got quite a bit there, but it's just small. It's just to prevent any friction on our face, rather than it's yeah, just to stop us from pulling our skin, rather than having too much and slipping off the skin. So just pad it on. And some down the neck as well. Do some work on the neck, down the back of the neck. Okay. And we're going to get our hands into fists now. Like this. And we're going to put them along the base of our skull here and just rotate around like this. And down. And down. This is, again, it's really good for working around the vagus nerve, which connects with all different parts of our body and all the different organs as well. So it's helping to stimulate other parts, not just our facial area. Okay. And then we're just going to do some tapping on our face. So like little raindrops, like. Under the eyes, over the mouth. There we go. And we're going to work around the chin area first, kind of the neck and the chin area. And first of all, we're just going to, again, get our hands into fists, and we're literally just going to stroke downwards. Stroking downwards. See, being careful of our actual throat, but around the sides. Just do this 5 or 6 times. There we go. And now this is a technique which is great for jaw tension and for more definition around the chin area. And we're going to get our fingers into clamps. So the first 2 fingers, we're going to get them into clamps, and we're going to just glide along the chin. So the index finger will be underneath the chin and the middle finger will be over the chin, and just glide up. And again, gliding up. And if you do have any jaw tension, once you've got to this part here where the jaw hinges, you can just use your knuckles and just massage in here. That feels right for you. Just a bit of rotation. You could use a couple of knuckles. So we do tend to hold a lot in that area. And jaw clenching seems to be quite common amongst midlife women. There we go. And I'll just show you another way. Instead of going like that, you can always just use your index finger and your thumb, and you can just glide up that way instead if you feel it's easier. So it's like using your right hand on the left side of your body, or your left hand on the right side of your body, your face, I should say. Just gliding up that way. And just make sure you've got enough oil so the skin does glide. And again, if there's tension, just massaging in. With the knuckles. And now we're going to use our fingers to use your middle finger, and it's a technique that's called feathering. And we're just literally going to glide up on our cheeks, and it's almost like literally just skimming the skin, but it's helping to bring the blood up to the surface. And it's good to hold anchor your chin, if you like, because it's just, otherwise you feel like your head might be wobbling around. So it's good to just hold your chin with your other hand, and you can go up your cheeks, up to the hairline, up to the ears there, over the mouth, over these lines here. And this is something that you can do. This particular move is, you know, when you're putting on your moisturizer in the morning, and just help to give you that extra glow around the chin. On the other side. Hairline. And we're always working to the hairline because of the lymph drainage. So eventually we'll do some massaging at the end, and she'll be wiping it down back to here. So we always wanted to work up to here, really. So up to the hairline. And just over the forehead, just a little skimming over the forehead like that. And now we're going to move on to these lines here. These are marionette lines, and they can be prominent in some people and not so much in others. But a good way to massage around the area is by putting your fingers, in your index finger, into a hook, and then get the knuckle just in, like, to the nostrils, next to the nostrils, and just start massaging around and sweeping away and sweeping up. So it's not dragging, it's a nice glide to it. And when we've done that, we can just glide under the cheekbone. And this is a really lovely one, where you can rotate a little bit under the cheekbone. And this area here in facial reflexology, it relates to the diaphragm as well. So if you are feeling, you know, a bit tight or a bit anxious, a bit short of breath, then massaging around here is really good. And you might feel you want to let out just a kind of gasp of breath, or you might feel you want to breathe a bit easier as this is being massaged. There we go. Another common point of interest, should I say, the 11s lines. People talk about their 11sies in the middle of their forehead, and I've got some goodies there. There's my 11s. But a good way of helping to kind of plump the skin around there is literally by pinching the eyebrow. So pinching around this area here. So just pinching and smoothing that area. So you can do that, you know, a couple of times a day. And then just smoothing up like that. And again, just And forehead is where we can really hold some tension. Got some popping sensations going there. And then if we continue, just little pinches over the whole eyebrow, just going along. And that's a really good way of releasing tension. And in fact, you know, if you've got sinus problems, we normally think about around this area, but and hay fever as well, this is really good for just massaging or pinching the eyebrows. That can really help to alleviate hay fever symptoms, or if you've had a cold or feeling a bit groggy in that area. There we go. If you are experiencing like puffy eyes, a good thing to do is not actually, obviously I think most of us know we've got delicate area around the skin here, so not actually touching the directly under the eye or up here, but on the bone, just circular motions with your index finger, just circular dots. And away to the hairline. And cold compresses are really good, or teaspoons are good for reducing puffiness. And also there is like lymphatic drainage points around here, so just we do, you know, kind of little dots in the middle and then just rotating downwards a little. That can help. So, you know, even if it doesn't happen straight away, you're thinking, oh, my eyes are really puffy and it's not going down, maybe just think about how you can incorporate that into your routine over a few days and notice what you're doing there, and, you know, reducing the caffeine and improving the water and all that kind of thing. Water soluble foods, you know, all the usual stuff, and it can help to reduce puffiness. Let's just sweep away there. And then the forehead, we can just get our index fingers, and it's, with the forehead, I'd say it's more about moving the muscles than the actual skin. So you feel like there's something moving underneath the skin there. It's little rotations. It's helping bring the blood supply up to your skin, up to the surface, helping to nourish the skin. Just little movements like that. Then we can do a more general massage over the forehead in a minute. Little rotations help to alleviate all that worry with the worry lines and all that kind of thing. There we go. And then if we just get our hands into fists again, we can just put the knuckles in the middle of our forehead and rotate around and bring to the hairline. There you go. There's that there. And because you know, facials can be quite invigorating, can't they? It's now 8:45, so we're going to just do something just to relax us. It's just going to help to sedate us a little bit. And there's another move just down the ear. So we're just going to use our index fingers, and you're literally just going to put your finger at the top of the ear and just gently rotate downwards. So this is a really calming move. Do it before bed. Self-soothing. There we go. And so we're just going to finish off just by smoothing our skin again. So just a bit of smoothing to the hairline and down the face, and then just down the neck. And the last move we're going to do is we're going to place our middle finger in between our eyes, and this is the heart point reflexology. We'll just take a gentle breath in and out. And again, in and out. And last time, in and out. There we go. That's just a sample of a facial that you can do for yourselves at home. There's, you know, there's loads of things you can do, but that's just a nice, simple thing for you.
Lovely. Thank you. Amazing. Feel very relaxed now. The other ladies.
Good stuff. So has anyone got any questions or anything at all, or anything about products maybe, or self-care tips? Yes, Erin.
So you mentioned it's good to have a cleansing routine.
Yeah.
So I have no cleansing routine. But I don't wear makeup. So
yeah.
I mean, somebody once said to me, don't use soap to clean your face, use oil to clean your face. And now my teenage daughter is saying, well, I need to get some kind of special cleanser. So yeah. I don't, what's the best?
I would say soaps are quite abrasive. They, you know, they can be a bit drying on the skin. So that's why maybe not using that. I think there are so many types of cleansers. You know, you can have gels and foams and balms and oils. So I recommend, or there's even milks as well. So I do recommend more balms and oils because they are more absorbing into the skin. And foams, I've done like quite a bit of research on these things, and foams seem to be more drying as well. So yeah, balms, or even, you know, a nice milk. There are cleansing milks. I haven't come across many, but the oils and the balms are better. A facial wash as well. I mean, you know, again, there's so many. As long as it's not too foamy, you know, a nice kind of gel that just helps to feel cooling perhaps on your skin. That'd be good. But I mean, you don't have to go crazy. A nice facial wash would be a good start And if you're not wearing any makeup, then things like balms, you might not need that so much, to be removing stuff. But just do wash your face and at least get yourself a moisturizer as well, so you're having a barrier for your skin. It's good.
And for a 50-year-old skin, do you recommend an oil or like?
So for 50-year-old skin, I don't know if you know about serums at all. So there's it is a type of oil, but serums are
I just got one actually.
Oh, amazing.
First time ever. I don't know, it's kind of
fantastic. So serums, they contain smaller molecules, if I could say it, the skin, so they help to absorb deeper into your skin, so take the nourishment right down. So you'll see lots of products, maybe it's a serum with a vitamin C or a serum with something added to it, and they're taking that vitamin C into your skin and doing the work. So it's helping to make it more supple and make it do its job. And then afterwards, you still have to put your moisturizer on top, because that's the barrier and that's the protection against. And then on top of that, your SPF. You should really be having an SPF all year round. So they are kind of staples, and they don't have to be really expensive products at all. You just find something that you feel is right for you. I mean, some people are really into their high brands, and that's what they want. They want to go to town on that. Me personally, I like more natural products, and I tend to know the person who's made them, and they've got a range and they've got it out in the shops and all that sort of thing. So I tend to go for sort of kind of organic kind of ones, but it doesn't, I'm not precious about it. But you might just want to start off just playing with high street stuff, and Boots do really good ranges. They do their research, they do put good stuff on their shelves, so it's a good place to start. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I mean, the product I have is Rio Rosa Mosqueta. I mean the brand that I have.
Oh, lovely. Okay, that sounds good. Another brand that I recommend, I mean, I'm not affiliated with any products as it were, but I recommend Ren is a good one. It seems to, I use it in the treatment room sometimes, but it's reasonably priced, but it lasts for a long time, and it's it's got an ethical background to it. It's environmentally friendly, and it helps with sensitive skin as well. They have a really good Evercalm range, so that's a really lovely moisturizer that they have. And they have a really nice cleansing gel. It's beautiful, actually. It's a rose scent to it. It's a blue container. But yeah, they have nice products. They do. You want to start.
And they're organic?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Some of them are organic. Yeah, they say which ones are, and if they're.
I've never seen that one before.
No, and I can recommend a few here. There's ones you can get in Holland and Barrett. Do you know Weleda?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're really lovely ones to use. They're nice. They've got one called Skin Food. So that really is lovely and nourishing for your skin.
It's so thick.
Yeah. So maybe a bit lighter on these summer days.
And sorry, this is my last question. What about Sukin? What do you think of them?
Oh, I haven't heard of them. What are they called?
Sukin?
Sukin. Oh no, I'll have to check them out. That's a new one for me.
I mean, they sell them at my local health food store, which is why.
Yeah, I mean, that's worth doing it, and especially if it's a local store, then they will have tried it out themselves, maybe, and they can recommend it. And
okay,
that's kind of a nice thing to do, isn't it? That's part of the whole experience of buying your products, and where you get them from, and yeah, and just making it just an enjoyable experience. And also it is the ritual as well of using these products and how it makes you feel, and just having that time for yourself. I talk a lot about putting yourself first, and it is just having those moments that really help create time for yourself and make yourself feel and look special in those times.
in the group, we have 3 ladies that sell various brands, and one, Louisa Pinney, she has her own brand called Just Be Natural.
Oh, lovely.
Have a look online. She's got her own website, and in fact, her face cream was nominated for an award this week, I think.
Nice. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll check that out. That sounds lovely. Yeah, very good.
And
It's up for recommending different products.
and also, you probably have heard of Tropic. I'm a big fan of Tropic.
Yeah, I use their SPF. I really like that one.
Yeah. And then there's another lady that sells Neil Yard's products as well.
Yes, Neil Yard's are lovely products as well. They're really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Fantastic. Anyone else got any questions?
No, the sound has gone really strange. I don't know what's happened to the sound.
That's a first, isn't it?
Oh, okay, hold on. She's trying another route. Hold on. How bizarre. This is weird. This sound is...
We can hear you on your screen, but not on your phone. You're muted on your phone.
How weird.
That you're still muted.
All right,
on
can
your...
you hear now?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was
Hi.
I've read that you're supposed to try not to use too much expressions to look young, just so that you won't have wrinkles. If you have less, you don't smile as much, or is that true?
I wouldn't go with that. I mean, laughter lines and all that kind of thing, they do build up. There are facial exercises you can do, so you can learn to use your muscles in a different way if you want to, in your face, so you can still smile and all that kind of thing, and have facial expressions. But there's a reason why we smile, and there's a reason why we give these expressions, and it's a lot to do with body language and what we're portraying to other people. It's a form of communication, but also when we smile, it's sending up a chemical message to our brain, a chemical reward. So if you're not smiling, you're less likely to feel good, So if you're, for example, if you're having a bit of a down day, if you just smile, even though you don't feel like it, it's tricking your brain into thinking, oh, everything's great. And eventually, over a short amount of time, you'll feel more calmer, you'll feel more relaxed, you'll feel happier in yourself. So that's why I wouldn't say stop smiling or stop frowning or all these sort of things. It's the reason why we're getting all these lines is because of the deterioration of collagen, really. So the fact that we're using our face is going to add to the fact that we're having lines. But I wouldn't say stop using your expressions. So you stop having lines.
Kind of exercises.
There are a lot of exercises. I mean, I've done a few on YouTube and things like that. I mean, you can put into YouTube facial exercises or something like that, and you can find all sorts of clips and things. But I think it's all about doing things in proportion. Trying to work out the right way for you, but it's kind of having a nice balance, I'd say.
Thank you.
Okay.
I might ask about
I get really bad frown wrinkles. And I know that one you just showed me, the pinching
Yeah.
one. How often would you recommend doing that? I mean, is it
You
like
can do
once
it
a
in the
week?
morning and in the night, and just, you know, not too deeply, but just firming and rotating. So twice a day you do it.
Okay.
And also, I don't know if you know, these things. Do you have one of these, a gua sha tool or anything like that? You can use these, and I mean, you can get these in TK Maxx and Superdrug apparently as well. But I've got these when I was training, so I use these in the treatment room, and they're called gua sha, and they're lifting and sculpting tools, and they can help to smooth fine lines. They won't remove wrinkles and all that sort of thing, but it does help to plump the skin. And you can just get one of these and get one of the corners and just rotate like that, and just smoothing out. So things like that along there. So again, just you do that in the morning and the night's part of your routine. And yeah, just being in a gentle way, and it helps to smooth things out.
Can I also ask about these bits which are starting to go on me now?
Yeah, so you can just do little feathering kind of movements, if you like, just kind of up like that. Just putting away like that, you know, just gentle kind of flicking sensations.
It's the same thing. You're basically just trying to stimulate the blood flows.
Yeah, and oh god, I did one online. I'll have to dig out the information. I can't remember the actual move at the moment, but in fact, I did do it with this. That's what it was. I did a gua sha thing, and it was, you can go up and over with the tool. Obviously, you have to be gentle because it's a sensitive skin, but it's up and over, and it can help this skin here. So it's like that there. So just be gentle with yourself, but up. So it helps to raise the eyebrows, but also it's training your skin, you know, to kind of stay in place just gently. So I do just with my fingers go like that each morning, and it helps to keep them plump. It's helping to keep the blood there. It's helping to keep it alive. It's reminding the skin it's got a job to do. If you just leave it, then things will start to kind of go down a bit. But if you're just massaging in the mornings, just lightly, you know, always delicate with the skin. And you can do some rotations around the eyes like that. You're not actually having to touch that skin, but it's keeping the circulation around the area again.
Okay. Brilliant. Thank you, Jane. Fantastic.
Really good. I had one more thing just about kind of hormones, which might be more yours, Sandrine. It's the spots coming up, like spots, like mini spots, kind of in my, well, yeah, during my cycle and stuff. I know it's probably more diet related, or but mixture of diet.
It would be hormone related as well. I think, you know, in the mid years, where I think we're all surprised. I get spots coming up around this sort of area, but and again, it's, you know, it might be a change of products and things like that as well. You know, if we're using different products at different times, temperature, you know, the way we're reacting to the different heats and things. But just doing a simple routine, you know, in the morning and the night, it will help to clear it. It helps them to go quicker, help them to eliminate into the system quicker if you're doing some just gentle massage. Or even you might just want to do it on a Sunday afternoon, just, you know, have a little pamper thing if you can't fit it in every day. You know, you don't want to put yourself under pressure to do it. So
yeah, and just drinking plenty of water and moving as well. You know, you talked a lot about the lymphatic system.
Yeah,
obviously we need to get it moving throughout the whole body, because then it gets the toxins.
And that's what I was doing the stuff in the chest first of all, because it helps, you know, get that going as well. So what's this here, Erin? For our daily SPF, should we use a mineral-based sunscreen? I feel it's so thick to do every day. No, not necessarily. I mean, I think the Tropic one that I use isn't a mineral based one. It's quite a simple, you know, as long as it's SPF 50. You know, if it's too thick, then you might want to, you know, reassess, especially if you're aren't used to using so many products. So something lighter. The Tropic one is so light. You know, it's really lovely, silky smooth one.
Yeah, I use that one as well. It's very nice.
Yeah.
So I thought that in order for for sunscreen to really be effective, it had to be mineral based.
Well, the Tropic one has got zinc. That's the main
okay
ingredient, but it doesn't feel as thick as other brands like
No.
Free People and that kind of thing.
Yeah. And that's something. Can you wash that off at night? Does it actually come off, or does it just get absorbed?
Yeah, no, I mean, you hardly know it's on, really. It's really smooth. So it's, yeah, and obviously, yeah, wash, because then you wash your face at night, and then sort of the dash of the day, and then you're ready to go. So yeah, just add your moisturizer for the night.
Thank you.
And you know the massage you mentioned around the jaw?
Yeah.
Do you think my daughter clenches her teeth a lot, and do you think it's something that I could do on her, or is it not?
Yeah, no, absolutely, yeah, it will really help. So all around that area there, definitely. And then obviously the soothing down the ears as well. That's before bed. It might help to calm the actual action of the jaw clenching, but then all around that area, all around, you know, the lower jaw area and the hinge as well. That would be really good for her.
Great, thank you.
Lovely.
Any more questions?
One more question actually. How do you have things online? How does your business work in terms of?
So yeah, my website is janelongwellbeing.com. It's got about my treatment room there, but I've got the online program as well called Love Your Looks. I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook, and I have a Facebook group called the Midlife Radiance Room. So I do most of my, lives, and I do facial sequences in there, and sort of more, yeah, talk, like sort of directory discussions about, you know, the reason why I'm doing this, and try to really promote, you know, a positive outlook to aging basically, and how we should be celebrated moving into our mid-years and onwards, you know, instead of what's being portrayed at the moment. And yeah, just to really change the message for us and for younger women coming up as well. You know, I think it's really important that if we can age in this way, yeah, I mean, I'm coming from the natural perspective, if you like. If we can age in a positive way, and then that's going to pave the way for younger generations as well. So to be more confident, especially, you know, if they've got social media and all that sort of thing, which we haven't grown up with so much. So the pressures are quite immense. So to give them confidence and courage really in that area.
Brilliant. Fantastic.
Lovely. Well, thank you, Sandrine, for inviting me. It's been a really lovely evening. I've really enjoyed meeting you all.
Thank you for sharing all your knowledge. It's been brilliant. I feel like I've just had a facial, actually.
Yeah, I know, it's amazing what you can do for yourself. So it's all good. And I do really think it's really important, you know, coming together and creating the community and sharing experiences as well, because this is really, you know, this is real life. This is what really happens. You know, we're so bombarded with so many messages and stuff, and this is where we can kind of share what we've experienced, what's really happening, and support each other in this way.
Brilliant. Excellent. And then I think it was last week that I did a live in my group on the food to eat to support your skin. So all the things that Jane mentioned, of course, and then I think I mentioned healthy fats as well. Is a really
good, the lipids and flax oil, things like that. So,
yeah, exactly. So not being scared of the healthy fats, because we
definitely avocados.
Nuts, seeds, all these lovely things. And then lots of colourful foods as well.
Definitely.
And some water. Ta-da!
Yeah, definitely lots of water.
Brilliant. Well, thank you everybody for joining. Thank you so much, Jane, for sharing all your fantastic tips. Do you have like a handout or something as a little reminder of the different techniques? Because I know what I'm like. I'm going to switch off.
I've got a it's a 9-step facial crib sheet that I can send out to you ladies. So maybe if you want to email me, I can send it out to you. So it's jane@janelongwellbeing.com, and then I'll have your emails, and yeah, I can send it that way.
Yeah, and if you don't mind, Jane, I'll send it with a recording as well.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely fine. Yes, absolutely. Or shall I send it to you then, Sandrine, and then you can send it out? Would that be easier?
Is that okay? And then
that'd be better.
And then send me a little paragraph with all your details, and I'll put that in there. So then,
yeah, we'll do it that way. Otherwise, we're going around the houses, aren't we? Yeah, that's a good idea. All right, yeah, we'll do that.
All right, we'll do that. So I'll send the recording, your little handout, and your details. So if anyone wants to join your group or get in touch with you, they can do that. Yeah?
Sick. Yeah, lovely.
Oh, brilliant. Well, thank you everybody for joining. We'll wish you a lovely rest of the evening. I hope you feel nice and relaxed and you've learned a few tips.
Yes.
And yeah, and
great stuff. Lovely to see you all then. Okay.
Thank you, Jane.
All right then.
Thank you so much. That was great. Thank you.
Bye,
Wonderful. Glad you enjoyed it.
Bye. Thanks, Sandrine.
Bye.
Okay, and stop recording.